Okay, so this is another video for Razer tech support. Here I've got Street Fighter set up on my two setups. To the left is my PC setup, to the right is my PlayStation 4 setup, and here is the Razer Panthera that I'm having my issues with. Okay, let's start this. Okay, so I'm going to take my cable now. You can see none of the lights are on. I'm going to plug it into my PC first of all. See the lights coming on now, and over here I can now operate Street Fighter 5. Sticks working, I can press the buttons to go into the menus, it's all good. I'm in training mode now with the Panthera on the PC, and as you can see all the directions are working, all the face buttons are working, I can reset it with the other buttons, it's all good. So it's all working as expected. Okay, so I'll swap from my PC to my PlayStation. See, same as on the PC, lights up. No lights up here, as I mentioned before. And if I go to my PlayStation, I'm just going to press the PS button, it'll pop up. You can see I can move around, the stick's working fine. I'm going to jump into training mode. In training mode on my PlayStation, see it's all working, see all the sticks working, all the buttons are working, there's no problem there. But what will happen in a couple of minutes is this is going to start working. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to re-plug this back in. I'm in survival mode in Street Fighter 5 on the PS4. I'm just going to see if I can plug it in now. I'm going to start, this is round one. I'll see how many matches I can get in before the stick stops responding.
Ready.
And there it is. So about 8 minutes in. Oddly enough, I'm actually staying pointing down, which is weird. Right. So if you look here, I'm pressing the buttons and nothing is happening on the screen. Even if I press the start button, nothing. Press the PS4 button, nothing. It's just stopped responding. Okay, I want to. Now, the only way I can fix this is by disconnecting, reconnecting, pressing the PS4 button, and now it will let me do some stuff. I've just lost around obviously, but that was just it. So yeah, the stick. So to get around this problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. This is a Titan 1, and all it allows you to do is take in an input from any peripheral, and it will pretend to be any peripheral you want it to be. So in this case, I can take a third-party pad that's not PlayStation 4 compatible and make it PS4 compatible. One feature it has is to re-authenticate every around 10 minutes, I think it is. So that should hopefully rectify this problem. Okay, so this is the options menu for the Titan 1 device. If you look at this first option, enable PS4 partial crossover support or reconnect every 10 minutes, what that is for is, just move the mouse over, is for the authentication I was telling you about. It's just so before the PS4 authentication times out, it will reconnect the device. This allows non-official PS4 devices to work, and this is what I'm kind of being forced to use at the moment to make the Razer Panthera stick work on the PS4. The Razer's disconnect a little bit quicker than that. I've wrote my own code over here. The one I particularly use is the bottom one, and what that allows me to do is if I press the L3 and the R3 sticks together, it will disconnect and reconnect the device. So if you look here right now, code in action, I'm just going to press these two buttons here, and what you'll see is the controller will reconnect up here, and that prevents that timeout that I seem to be getting with the device. You'll notice that at this point the stick has not been physically adjusted. It is purely just me sending a message to the Titan 1 via the stick to reconnect it, and that will, for the time being, solve the issue. So you can see now, look, on the PlayStation it's not responding, but if you look here, I've got my Titan 1 hooked up to my PC as well. And if you look at the same time, if you look over here, you can see that it is actually responding. So there's definitely power getting through to the stick. All the buttons are working. So this is the thing that monitors the button inputs for the Titan 1. But according to the PlayStation, nothing is happening. It just doesn't want to work, including even like this button here. However, if I use my shortcut, this one here, it's going to disconnect and reconnect the stick. There you go. You can see now the stick will function for me. I've not physically removed it, I've just done the authentication trick by pressing those two buttons, and now the stick is working again. So there's definitely enough power getting to the stick, it's just the PlayStation isn't recognised as an authentic controller, therefore it stopped working after 8 minutes. So what the Titan 1 is really meant for is hooking up like pads that weren't designed for the console you're playing on. So for example, I might take a GameCube controller, hook it up via USB adapter, run it through this, and then that pad will work, or an Xbox pad or whatever. Anything that's not officially a PlayStation 4 pad. So to give you an example, here's a rubbish little control pad I got off Amazon for like a $5. So like a fake SNES pad. This is obviously not an authentic PS4 pad, but now it's hooked up to the Titan 1. I'll just try to get on the screen together. You can see I can now control the game using this pad thanks to the Titan 1. However, the Titan 1 should not have to be used with this. This is supposedly an authentic PS4 controller, so I would expect this just to work out of the box without me having to resort to any kind of third-party devices to authenticate the device with my PS4. And this is what I'm hoping you guys will be able to resolve for me, so I can finally get this stick working in the way it should be.